Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World Gamers, Josh here, and it is once again that time of the week. That's right, as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at a few of the biggest video game news stories that we got this week. We're also going to look at some of the biggest video game announcements that took place this last week, and of course, we will check out the biggest video game releases you're not going to want to miss. But do me a quick favor, if this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join in on the fun. Alright gamers, let's kick off this week in review with a few news stories. And we are going to start with a gaming showcase, as we did get another dedicated gaming showcase this week, as Sega came through with a Virtua Fighter Direct. Now, we got a new look at the upcoming game with an unveiling of the new character design for Wolf. We also received a new trailer announcing Virtua Fighter 5 Revo is going multi-platform, making it available on the Nintendo Switch 2, the PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series systems, with crossplay across all platforms. We also got info about merch and the upcoming Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Championships tournament. Also, the ongoing saga of Pokemon vs. Palworld has taken a pretty interesting turn this week. Now, due to the ongoing lawsuit against Pocket Pair by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, the company has recently released multiple patches to remove certain game mechanics as part of the litigation, including the ability to throw a ball and have a pal be released from it. Instead, they now just kind of appear next to your character when you summon them. Well, savvy PC modders are actually going back and putting the mechanics back into the game using mods. Now, this week also brought us the grand opening of the second official Nintendo store in the US. Joining the New York store, Nintendo opened up their new store in San Francisco this week. The store is located in San Francisco's iconic Union Square at 331 Powell Street. Although, for at least the first few days, you will need a reservation if you plan on visiting the store, as it's definitely going to be very popular and very busy. We are planning to visit the store soon, so look forward to that on the channel. I'm hoping to get there sometime this summer. Alright gamers, next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. And, well, we're going to start with a game I planned on discussing last week because we did receive the announcement trailer for it, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher the name of this, but Momo-Rukun Recurse was announced with a 2025 release date planned on the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. Now, the game is an updated version of the awesome shoot-'em-up style game that released back in 2008 in Japanese arcades and later on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and this game just looks like a lot of fun, so I wanted to mention it to you guys. Now, we also got the release date announcement and a new trailer for Mafia: The Old Country during a special developer presentation for the game, which is scheduled for release on the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems on August 8th. The game will be a single-player narrative-driven game with no multiplayer mode, but the standard version of the game will retail for $49.99, which that's nice to see in this time when all the prices are going up. Also, Silver Palace received a very impressive announcement trailer showing off what looks like a huge open-world action role-playing game with some crazy combat that, well, kind of reminded me a little bit of games like Bayonetta. The game has you playing the role of a detective as you embark on an adventure with a diverse group of partners to defeat the unknown enemies and unravel the mysteries of Silvernia, an industrialized metropolis built on the power of Silverium. The game is coming to consoles and PC. It's also coming to mobile, which that kind of worries me that maybe this game is not going to be as good as I was hoping. But no release date was given and what consoles it will be coming to at this time. So we're going to keep an eye on this one, but it looks pretty awesome in this first trailer. Now, Norigin also received a reveal trailer this week showing off a game that looks to be heavily influenced by the Shadow of the Colossus games. The game is explained as a cinematic narrative-driven action-adventure exploration game centered around a son reconnecting with his father through lost memories. Gameplay shows your character platforming as you climb giant bosses, and it looks very promising. At this time, the game has only been announced for PC, but hopefully we find out about console version soon. Alright gamers, let's finish up with this week's new video game releases. And the biggest release this week, which I'm playing right now, is Doom: The Dark Ages. It released this week on the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox Series systems, and it was a day one release on Game Pass. The 8th main entry in the iconic first-person shooter franchise takes us to the Dark Ages with a dark fantasy sci-fi single-player experience that delivers all the over-the-top action and stunning visuals the Doom franchise has become known for. And like I said, I've been playing the game and I am absolutely loving it and highly recommend giving this game a shot. Also, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 released this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series systems. The collection of games includes 8 classic fighting games, including Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight from the year 2000, its 2001 sequel, Capcom vs. SNK 2, 3D Capcom fighting games, Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Bilstein, and Power Stone, as well as Power Stone 2 and Project Justice, as well as the enhanced 2001 release of Street Fighter Alpha 3, my favorite fighting game of all time. And we also got the crossover fighting game, Capcom Fighting Evolution. Now, Into the Restless Ruins released this week on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox systems. The game is a roguelike deck builder where you use your deck of cards representing rooms and corridors to grow the labyrinth of the ruins. Then auto-battle your way through them, harvesting as much glimmer as you can from the cursed residents before darkness overcomes your torch. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on May 16th. The week started with Rockstar claiming that the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, well, it did actually contain gameplay and that it was running on a base PS5. I think that it might be transitional gameplay or like mini games and stuff like that they were showing, but hey, it does look amazing. Then in a press release by NBC Universal pertaining to upcoming films, the title of the next Super Mario Bros. Movie listed as Super Mario World was unveiled, and we do know it's coming out on April 3rd, 2026, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one. And the week ended with us, well, less than 3 weeks away from the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. And I cannot wait to get my hands on the future of Nintendo. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shows World, out.